The ladder company operations in this plan are based on a 6-person crew, 1 officer and 5 firefighters. The officer does very little physical duties, but acts like an orchestra conductor, leading the team to make sure that the operations go smoothly and safely. This plan assumes that there is a working fire in an occupied private house. An engine will arrive, and the initial 6-man truck crew will be augmented by a 6-man truck crew later on into the operations. It places the greatest importance on saving human life. Regardless of the time of day, you cannot assume that there is no one inside. Time is of the essence, and we need to have a well-organized game plan in order to save the greatest number of victims. We need to realize that most victims in a fire try to escape through their normal path of egress. This means an interior search team is an absolute must. That team needs the tools and equipment to perform forcible entry for the advancing hose line, vent as they go, and report their progress to the IC. In Ladders 4, the interior search team consists of 3 members, an officer and 2 firefighters. They carry a flathead axe, a Halligan tool for forcible entry, a hook or pike pole, and a 2.5-gallon water extinguisher to knock down any incipient fires. The officer carries a powerful hand light and a small hand tool. All members have a portable radio. One tool that can greatly assist you in various parts of your fireground operations, including overhaul, is the thermal imaging camera, or TIC. These devices are probably the best invention for overhaul since the introduction of the Halligan tool. The TIC gives the firefighter a great view of where the heat still lies in a structure. These devices are also great for searching for victims, as well as rooting out the hot spots in a building. When first introduced, TICs were very expensive, and many departments could not afford them. Like most technology, though, these units have become more affordable, and some states are even allocating funds to make sure that every department in the state has at least 1 TIC unit. I applaud those efforts. Hearing should be the next sense to be used by firefighters to know where to open up for overhaul. If firefighters crawl into a smoke-filled area and don't see any fire, but hear the telltale sign of snap, crackle, and pop, this can be used as a homing device to find the fire. A word of caution here. Just because there's no open flame does not mean the fire cannot intensify at any moment. The sounds of combustion without flame means that a slight opening in the wall or a ceiling may be just what the fire needs to erupt again. When you encounter these situations, have a charged hose line ready at all times. The next ladder duty in Lover's U is salvage operations. Salvage is a very broad topic that encompasses nearly every action taken on the fireground by both the engine and the ladder companies to reduce the damage from all perils: fire, smoke, water damage, extinguishment, and even the weather. Salvage begins on arrival. Keep in mind the saying, "Try before you pry." This will help prevent unnecessary damage to doors and other structures. A little education on protecting property can go a long way with salvage operations and public relations. Before you leave the premises, make sure that the building does not pose any further danger to the public, and the owner, their representative, or police are on the scene.